This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 podcast, where we are watching the best movies of all time. And this week, this movie is on the list. We're watching a new movie. It's called One Battle After Another, written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, based on a Thomas Pynchon book. It's rated number 90. Best movie of all time currently. It came out last week.
Nice.
Already. It has an 8.4 on IMDb, which is quite high. It's got like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 95 on Metacritic. It is getting very high reviews. It's probably going to be a contender for a Picture of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the theater to see it.
Sure did.
And as we do with all new movies, we're going to start with a three-part question with a single answer. And so we're going to start with TC. Should you go see this movie in the theater? Can you wait until it's streaming, or do you skip it?
You should see it in the theater. I don't think you should wait till streaming, and you definitely shouldn't skip it.
Nice. John?
I
Same
would say
answer?
exactly the same thing, more emphatically.
Yeah.
Mine is the exact same and a little less emphatic than John's more emphatic.
Okay. Well, now we're all somewhere in the middle.
Well,
Yeah.
well done.
Who wants to go first on this one? 20-second spoiler-free review.
I
can.
I'm not
I can do
chomping
it.
at the bit.
I'm the one that
I
recommended
don't want to go
this one.
first because I don't know what I'm going to say about it, so I'm just going to steal
I
your guys'
recommended
ideas.
this one.
Go for
I
it.
recommend this one. I'll just say I went to the theater to see this. I had a fucking good time. There was crowded. People were laughing. People were clapping. I enjoyed it. It was glorious. There's weird stuff about it. There's cool stuff about it. There's maybe some things I didn't like, but overall, it was just this really phenomenal movie experience. I walked out of there thinking, this is why I love movies. This is why I love going to the theater. And
Awesome.
so I'm grateful to have that experience.
That's awesome. TC, what do you got?
I started out, I thought I was a little dumb, but then I really kind of kicked in. I don't know if it was Rihanna or what. But overall, I thought it was a really good story and very engaging. It's a long viewing, but you don't realize it. And honestly, it was, I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it. So it's good.
Rihanna?
No, it's
whatever her name
Tiana Taylor.
There you go, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah,
There you go. Let me spec that back up there. Tiana Taylor. Yeah.
Back that up a little.
Yeah.
This movie, I think I'm going to have to watch it a few more times. I really enjoyed it. The theater was very receptive to it. It feels like The Big Lebowski crossed with Pulp Fiction a little bit, and I think that's going to replay really well. I found it really odd how the first 40 minutes were one thing, and then the rest of the movie was a comedy. That was kind of strange, but I really thought the comedy part was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he's so ridiculous. I thought Leo did a pretty damn
Leo
good
was
job.
so good.
He's
Can you
great.
get an Oscar for
I
a
think-
comedic performance?
I don't
Can
know,
you
but
do
that was funny.
Yeah, no.
Freaking out.
And
I
Sean
think-
Penn and Benicio del Toro as well. Holy shit.
Also,
Best supporting
Yeah,
actors.
both of them
Right,
were
right.
great. I know.
Yep.
And they all had very different roles, and they played them well.
Yeah.
And there was just
Dude,
a lot of
Benicio's like-
stories going on in this movie,
Yeah.
and you didn't really have a hard time following them all either. It was like really easy to follow the information that was coming to you, and the actors were doing such a great job
Yeah.
that you didn't
And
mind
fast
the
moving,
changing.
right?
Yeah, like the pace was so fast, and all the different changing scenes. It was like not discombobulating at all, and I found it very easy to follow everybody's arc, and it was great.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny too, because like thinking about it and thinking about it for the podcast, this movie is like, it has a bunch of backstory. Like the first 40 minutes are a bunch of backstory, and it's mostly the Perfidia character, the younger, the mom later on. It's mostly about her, and then she's completely out of the picture once it jumps 16 years into the future. Then it's kind of split between Leo's story and the daughter's story, and then it goes kind of back and forth between the two for the rest of the movie, and both of theirs are intercut with each other, but linear in their own ways. Like you're basically just following them from the instant this guy gets captured in Mexico when he gets the bag put over his head. That sets off a series of events, and we're just following their split stories front to back until the end, and that's when the movie ends. So it's kind of like the structure is very odd, right? Like it has like a 40-minute like backstory, and then you have like a weird split action comedy movie that, I mean, it works really, really well. I agree. It flew by. It's like over 2.5 hours long.
And I didn't notice.
And it was,
it was
yeah, I
over
didn't
before
notice.
I
one
knew
of
it.
the-
I know.
I can't think of a long film that was paced so well.
Wolf
Like,
of Wall Street comes to mind.
Yeah,
This one is
like another
even
Leo.
better than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
another Leo.
He's
one,
just
yeah.
good to
I'm just
watch,
trying to think of- I
especially
mean-
when he's doing this crazy shit where he's all over the place.
yeah.
And
This is
yelling
new
Yeah,
for him
but-
too. I've never seen him quite like this before.
No. He is, but there's a range there too, because like his confusion, his anger, or his like sense of like not knowing what's going on. There's the comedic parts are good too, but it's also kind of it's also there's a depth to it, which is really good. Like you really like are rooting for the guy, even though he's like you said, there's kind of a Big Lebowski element, but he's not. It's not that cool, either at all. It's not like he's as
It
fun
kinda is.
as the Big Lebowski. I don't know.
thought he
I mean,
kinda
he's got
was.
the
A little bit,
robe,
kinda, I
right?
guess.
It's like
guess.
very
I know.
similar. I mean,
there's definitely there's
His
definitely,
relationship with
tons
Benicio
of
when
that.
they're having the Modelos in the car, I was like,
hilarious.
oh, yeah.
That was
is
awesome.
hilarious.
That
And he's
was-
always
yeah.
got
So-
beers
and-
on him when it's all falling
Right.
apart. It's fucking great.
And Benicio, who has such a range himself, is like subdued perfectly in this. Like he could have hammed it up or something, and it would have been bad.
Well, he's
I don't think
sensei. So
he's
like
sensei.
his whole
I know.
character
I know,
is
but
about being
I know.
smooth and calm and
I know, but
fearless.
it's
and it's,
yeah, but it's perfectly done. It's like, and he's an actor that can just go nuts and chew up the screen if he wanted to, and he doesn't. He's just cool.
But like
just
it
do the whole
also
thing. I
that
love
whole
it.
the whole karate thing really gave a sense of like, okay, so the daughter is from this crazy revolutionary family, but she does karate and she has this sensei who's super cool and chill and like makes her breathe and calm. And then like that is her character throughout this whole thing that's going down when she's been kidnapped by multiple different people at this point. She really doesn't like lose it. She gets pissed and she tries to get out of the situation, but she's not like freaking out. There's no anxiety, and that's really from Benicio.
Well, there was anxiety, but she's
But
under
it wasn't
control.
like it wasn't like showing.
No.
She was very
Right.
calm
No, well, I
and
mean,
stoic.
but it,
and
it's like you're like seeing it behind her eyes. They did this with the actors super well. Like, lots of close-ups of people's faces in this film, and all good. Like even like watching those kids being interviewed or interrogated, and look, you get these big old close-ups of their faces, and all of it just shows like controlled fear, and that's what you see in her too. Like, yes, it's not like she's, like you said, TC, she's not freaking out, but you can tell she's.
But it's
in
just
her mind,
it's just
she's in
awesome
panic
how
mode.
they weave
Just-
that setup, right? Like the idea
yeah.
that this guy is a sensei and his part of the story like isn't directly connected to her, but it's also like what has taught her to be calm and collected. But she
Right,
has
right.
that
So that
anger and
that
that
folds it
spirit
all in, which is
from
nice.
her
Yeah,
mom, and then she's just like the caretaker to her fucking washed up revolutionary dad, and
Yeah.
it's just
Who
like
she
all
doesn't
those
even
things,
believe, I think,
all of those
like,
little
yeah.
pieces are so important to how they actually act when they're
Mm-hmm.
in that crazy tension when multiple assassins essentially are hunting them down. I just thought that was great. Like those little pieces really mattered and really like showed through in the character development. And it just
And the same
it was
thing.
great.
The same thing happened too with like DiCaprio, where he used to be. Well, I don't even know if he was that good because he seemed.
No, he was
in the
always all
first
over the
scene-
place. Yeah.
he was always all over the place.
Yeah.
But I mean, that scene where he grabs a sniper rifle, steals the car, goes up, sets
Right,
himself up, and then fucking misses. I'm like, of course you're
I
gonna
know.
miss.
I know.
This
That,
is
that
all
rifle
just
is
for
way
nothing.
too far. You're way too far away. You're not going to
Yeah.
hit him. Right.
But
But that's
the
how the
way it
movie
should
rolls
work.
out, right? The
Yeah.
whole movie is like that, where it's like there is some really good action scenes, like incredible, memorable, best of all time,
Yeah.
chase scenes.
Goes that
especially.
fucking car scene with the hills. Awesome.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
that's gonna
it was
go down
really
as
good.
one of the best.
I mean,
chase
I don't know
scenes
how
ever.
they did it, but damn, though, it really felt like you were in the car with them,
Yeah.
going up and
Yeah.
down those hills. It was.
I had my
fantastic.
friend Keller, who I saw the movie with, pointed out that it was a lot like the end of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, like a Sergio Leone standoff, where it's really it's like in the desert, it's slow, there's a lot of music going on, it's a lot of like, they're not catching up to each other that fast. It's not
Right.
like a tight race, but it's just like it's building up towards the end, and it really leans into it, and it works.
And by the way, what a
well.
great idea to stop at the next hill, get out of the
Yep.
car. I was like, this chick is badass.
That was
right?
I know that was smart,
That was
right?
awesome.
I was so
Wow.
nervous that one of them was going to shoot the other one, like Leo
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
daughter was going to kill each other. I was extreme. I was like, this is going to ruin the movie for me if one of them dies right here. So that tension
Well,
really
wasn't it
works.
cool,
and that shows
too,
how much
that
I like
they-
the characters.
They used the
Yeah.
passcode at the end as something important. Like they had done it for comedic reasons throughout the beginning of the movie, and you're like, all right, this is just like some stupid thing they're doing. But no, it really matters that they were doing the passcode stuff all the way up until the end. And if they hadn't, she wouldn't have known to fire and
Right.
kill that guy before he killed her. So that was just like again, one of those little nuggets of information that, you don't necessarily know what's happening and why they're continuing to make the joke until the end, and it really came through. And it's just those are those little moments where I looked back and I was like, that's a fucking good movie. Now I see why everybody's saying that,
Yeah.
For
the
once,
funny
I
thing
agree.
is, like looking back on it, you can look at all that stuff and appreciate it for how much craft there is to this. But the most amazing thing about it is it doesn't feel like, I mean, we just watched a bunch of Lynch movies, and with Lynch, it's like you can feel the movie making process as you watch them, and you can feel the director's intent. This movie just feels like an experience more than anything, right? Like it feels like a smooth experience, and I couldn't really focus on like how, like looking at the trailers now, like I went and looked at special features and stuff, like watching all the action shots, like all of that technical stuff is extremely impressive. But when I was watching it, I wasn't like, that's a cool shot. I was just like
carried away.
I was in the story, and I was like, where are they going to go?
That's awesome.
One thing I noticed that was great was what they made Sean Penn walk a lot. And I don't know what.
His walk
His walk is so
hilarious.
ridiculous.
Dude,
And-
one of the biggest laughs in the theater was when he was alive after his car
right.
crash.
I
He got
know,
shot, and he was
yeah.
covered
He's
in
just
blood, and he was
he's
just
like
doing the
walking
walk.
all
doing his
fucked up.
yeah.
It was just the entire theater was laughing that entire
Sean
shot.
Penn, again, another excellent performance too. Really, it was weird. The boner walk at first was really weird. I didn't know what
I didn't know it was
going
supposed
on
to be
there.
a comedy in the beginning.
That
right?
whole
That was-
beginning
know
was
what to make
like,
of it.
what the fuck is going on?
But
here?
yeah.
But I guess maybe it sets just a lot of tension and oddness in the background, so that all this is going to unfold later.
Maybe it's supposed to be funny the whole time, though. Maybe we missed it. I kind of feel like that.
I mean,
that's how I felt about The Big Lebowski
refugees
too.
and people in cages is just not funny.
But the whole movie's about it, and it gets funny.
I know, but it's just
Well, and I
at
kind of
least at
took
the
it as
beginning,
like
it's just-
they're kind of, at first you're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to root for the revolution or not. And in hindsight now, it's like, they were painting it as like, it can be kind of stupid. Like these people are not thinking it through correctly. They're not mature. They're acting immaturely.
yeah.
And they're trying to show like some of that as well. Like you're not supposed to be like,
yeah.
oh, this is a serious immigration movie. Like, no. There's a little bit of a joke about this because you're going to find out that Leonardo DiCaprio is a washed-up revolutionary, like so many of them end up, because ultimately, when you're younger, you might do stupid shit like this.
And then, oh, by the way, you see the calm other side of the real revolutionary as well, or the people really making a difference in Benicio del Toro's character. As he's like, all right, we got to get all these people out
and
now
not
that
even
we've been
reacting
taking care
in a
of.
way that
right?
like is
You know,
stressful.
it's a whole different. You're seeing this sort of mature kind of like so it's not like it's all bad or anything, but you're just seeing a different side of it there too, even just sort of in the background because this is just happening while we have the Leo chase scene. It's
So I mean, you wonder if that's why they
The way
put the
it's all
boner
these-
thing in there, because it's like. They're
Well,
trying to
I think
trying to
just
like
to
make
see
it
some
not so
absurdity.
serious right off the bat.
It is. It's just I was just settling in the film then and just didn't know where the fuck is this all going to
Same.
go.
Yeah.
'Cause-
But it was
As I
important
was
for the
saying.
plot, because I mean that is kind of
it
the main
was.
plot point is he's the father of the kid,
Right.
right.
And there are some other pretty immature sexual jokes that happen later on, like
Yep.
it all works though, like when he's. I don't know what she does to the gun in his ass, but like his expression when she, I assume, sticks the gun in his ass was really funny.
The way his hands
scene-
went like, jazz hands, like, oh shit.
The scene where he's like doing the sperm test on her, and the daughter's like, "Why is her t-shirt so tight?" And he's
That
like,
was fucking, that was
good.
funny. And he's like, I'm not gay.
What a great way!
I'm not
What a great
gay.
way to rib him.
I didn't say you were.
It was beautiful. It's the way. What a way to just very, very casually dig at the guy. Right.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And oh my
and it's
god,
something I was asking myself too. It's like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Look at how he's dressed.
Yeah, but so there are many brilliant things about this film. But one of the things that I love so much is the whole Christmas Adventurers Club bit. They take
What a name.
the absurdity. I love it. But
Is that a real
what they
thing?
do-
I wanted to
but
ask.
No, but what it does is it highlights the fucking absurdity of
the
these
KKK?
stupid nationalist, like white racist fuckers. I mean, they're still powerful and scary. And they're old, white, and whatever, and fat, and scary, and weird. But there's also an absurdity about it, and I love that. I love that they're like showing that, because that there's just stupidness about it, and it's just to do it like that is so cool. It's just really, really cool the way they play that out.
The way they dig at it, just be like, it just makes me better. It's like, we're not going to give you money or whatever the other things are. It's like, you're just better than everyone else.
You're
now because
superior.
You're a part of the club.
Right. Yeah. And it's perfect that our villain just wants nothing more than to be in the Christmas Adventurers Club. It's just what he really wants. I mean, it's
Some of those conversations in those boardrooms were some of the funniest parts of the movie.
it's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's such
when he
a
talked
great
about
way
how
of-
he got raped by the woman when
Yeah,
Sean Penn was trying to
reverse
talk his
rape.
way.
What do you
reverse
mean?
rape. He's like, please explain that to me. She's a semen demon.
A semen demon. Oh, that one got me good. I was laughing at that one for sure.
Yeah,
It's just crazy how this movie can get away with that because there is some really tense stuff.
Yep.
That's why I think like the comparison to Pulp Fiction is something that popped out because like some of the scenes are just really tense. Like when the daughter is captured, she's captured for most of the movie, but towards the end where they bring her out to that cabin in the desert and the guy's like quietly filling up the boat and there's people just casually walking by her. You're just like, they're about to fucking kill her. And all these guys are so calm about it. This is fucking scary. There was no comedy in that scene,
Right.
but yeah.
Yep.
But then there's extreme comedy in other parts.
No, quite a. I want to see it again now, knowing what's happened too, to just sort of then be able to take things apart or be more like watch the things that are happening and see how they're doing things right. Like you said, I think
The craft
but
portion.
It's
It's
just so
deep, too.
awesome to get carried away. It's so cool. This is like
It's an adventure. It was like being on an adventure.
yeah,
And that happens so rarely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I can
It
think of the
does.
last time it happened in an action movie like this, where I was just like carried away in the story.
I mean,
I
I do think that
mean-
the acting helps, right? Like these are
Yeah.
top
They're
of
real.
their
No
game
question, no
actors,
question.
and they,
everybody.
And Leo balances like
everybody.
they all seem like kind of like cartoon characters, but they all play it perfectly enough where it doesn't seem like a cartoon movie. Does that make sense? Like
right.
Leo is like such a bumbling idiot, and he's funny 100% of the time. And real people aren't like that, but he plays enough of a real human where
Right,
you're
there's
not
enough
questioning
depth-
whether
there's
or
enough
not
depth.
he's an actor or a real person or not.
Right.
I mean, even when
real-
he's just playing
there's depth.
dad, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like fucking with the
With
kids.
the kids at
that
the
was
door.
hilarious.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good. That scene was so funny that it made the rest of the movie work because that's like the first funny scene in the movie.
That you actually
And
get a
it's so
sense
funny.
of him being hilarious. Right.
Yeah. And then it continues being funny from that scene on. It kind of like gets you out of the feeling you have from like the first portion of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's
was so
crawling
good.
across the floor and the cops are going by, when he's running across the room because he can't find a gun.
Yeah.
When they're, I mean, these
Oh, he got
things
his
are just
nunchucks
so
in here
good. Like,
and hits the deck.
I can't imagine. Like, did they do it
Right.
once? Because like he got it. I mean, or did they do it multiple times? Because
So
like,
many times.
oh, man.
I can
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
really?
how PTA makes his movies and how they specifically made this one, and it's varied.
Oh,
So we
interesting.
can talk about it. They probably for that scene they probably shot it a ton.
Wow.
I think they
Wow.
shot a lot of these scenes a ton.
when he
Wow.
came out of the room with the nunchucks, it's as funny as it is in the trailer and when you see
Yeah.
it in person. I was,
And the thing
I
is,
was
some
laughing.
of the jokes like that and like the T-shirt too tight on paper they could seem stupid, but with the characters and
Saying it
the
right,
balance of
getting the right
tension, getting the
reaction.
right actors, like all of it works to the point where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's great. It's kind of like what's his name in Weapons saying "What the fuck." It's like write that
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
nothing,
right.
but do it the way you do it in the way it's timed out and edited and everything.
You do
It
hit it
works.
just right, so the audience is saying the same thing, like in Weapons, where we're all going, "What the fuck?" So when
Yeah.
he does it, it's really funny,
Yeah.
and it works. But this is also just, we have the principal characters, but there's so many other people that are coming in and out, and they're all fucking good.
They're all
Like,
memorable.
even like the high school kids, her friends, and then what happens at the dance, and when they're interrogated, or I love the guy. And another just wonderful part is, the guy who is asking the questions, like getting Leo to say the password, and he didn't know.
Oh my God,
again,
that was
just,
so funny.
Just that
No.
that sequence was so
Like,
beautiful.
you know,
And the
it's
guy-
me. There's so many
the
reasons
guy
why this
handling
is
it
me.
so well.
Right? Like, it's so good. Oh man.
It's just,
And then when you
I really
see
wish
that
they
guy,
hadn't
you're like,
spoiled
of
that in the
course that
trailer.
guy would fucking be a stickler, right? The nerd.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. But everybody, like, again, these are small parts coming in and out. Like Benicio del Toro's buddies, the skateboarding dudes, they were cool.
They were cool.
They were there.
It was
just
so
splashing
functional
in
too.
and
Like
out.
and they were having fun. They were getting away from the riots.
Right.
They were zipping
Right.
back and forth in the corridor to
Yeah.
do messages, and then they were good at escaping on the rooftops. Like
Right.
it was so functional for their characters.
It was, and yet they're dynamic, and like the main guy there was really like cool to look at, and looked like he was taking things seriously. And again, he's just coming in and out of the film, and there's a lot of that. Whether it's her friends, the other,
And
the
it's great too because he's
revolutionary-
coming in and out, as is everyone in Benicio's world, because he's such like a controlling, or not a controlling, like a calming presence and a good leader to everyone.
He's
that
an
everyone just
anchor.
comes to
He's
him.
like an anchor around all of this,
everything flows around him, and it makes it. And it's so obvious why people would like go to that. Like it's like a I don't know. What is the word I'm looking for? his attitude is something you'd want in real life. You know what I mean? Like
Stabilizing. It's like calming. It's like, this is a guy who gets stuff done. This is a guy, and he is all the way too. It's like, oh, he fell off the roof. Okay, well,
Okay.
Okay.
you know,
Arrested?
New plan, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
one of the
I'll
best
pull the
shots in the
trigger.
movie. How did they do that? The guy fell off the roof. You saw it, and then he got up, and it was Leo. There's no fucking way they let Leo jump off the roof. How did they get
Right,
that shot?
I don't know, man. It was so well done, though.
Yeah.
And, yeah. There's
So
like,
good. And then he turns the corner, and he's okay, and he gets tasered right
and
away.
then he
Same
tased
shot.
right up.
It's so good.
And that whole sequence is great too, where he is just like dazed and confused, and these people around him are trying to help him get out. You're like,
They're just
"You're
like handing him a
diabetic."
beer, and they're like, "Calm down, Bob. Just calm down, okay? You'll be okay."
Yeah. And he's like, "You're diabetic, right?" "I'm diabetic." He's just like,
You're diabetic.
You're diabetic.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I guess I am.
I guess I'm diabetic. It's just so good. And you forgot your insulin. I forgot my insulin. It's just so good. I just love it. Oh man, there's so many. Yeah, I don't know. It just was so enjoyable to see this, and yet it's tense at the same time. So it pulls that off. You still are scared something bad's going to happen to these characters. So even while this is all going on, like you say, Denny, you're worried that this is still going to end. There still could be. You could expect a sudden sharp moment of violence that, and it could, and it did happen. You know, some of when they got taken. You know, when people were getting turned in and all of that, that was all very sudden, shocking. The violence itself.
What's her name? One of the Haim sisters got freaking plugged in the head. Like that was like, okay, anyone can die at any second
That's right.
here.
That's right. Yeah. But that was also really tense too when they had the bank scene and she shot the guard, but she was up. That was like nerve wracking a bit because you knew something was going to happen, and you hear the gunshot. I had no idea who was going to get it or what was going to happen. I thought she was going to get shot, but that scene was built up so well too that you're just sitting there going, "Oh."
Plus, it just shows you how like non-revolutionary these people were. 'Cause that girl was freaked out. She went from being powerful and on top of the thing,
Right,
shooting
right.
her gun, and then all of a
Like,
sudden
oh, God,
the
we gotta
gunshot,
go.
and you see her freak out and be like super scared, all in the same second. And you're like, that's damn good acting for one. But two, it really set the scene of like, okay, these people are bums, and now they're just robbing a
they're
bank.
just
They're not
young,
This
you
isn't
know,
a
they're not-
revolution. They're just
yeah.
robbing a bank at this
Yeah.
point. And it just set it set everybody up for a different story because they were really harping on them being such confident and just like in charge types, and they really weren't. They were out of control at the very least.
Yeah, it was good how they started you off on like raiding a prison, basically like an immigrant prison, but then they slowly just devolved into regular ass crime.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And just bragging about it, just feeling pretty full of themselves,
Just getting high off
Jungle,
of the
jungle
guns
pussy, getting
and-
up on
and
there,
control.
without a face mask
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah, one of my favorite lines in this movie was when Benicio was getting arrested, and he's just like calm as ever. He's like, "Why are you running?"
yeah, yeah.
You
He
had a
was
couple
like,
of drinks today?
he was like, "No," he said,
Sure
he's like,
did.
"Yeah, just a few small beers."
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Few
I know.
small
I love it.
beers. Yeah.
I love
Few.
it.
That's the key word there.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, would that work if you're just calm and smiling in front of the cops? I feel like you get away with anything. I feel like they're going to let Benicio go. The way
I
he
mean,
did.
the cops will be
They got
nice,
so much
but they're
crap
still
going
going to
on.
bring you in.
And
Yeah.
well, they
Yeah.
will, but they probably know him too. For all
Well, that's
we know.
true.
He's-
If
he's probably,
they would think, well, no, they're far away from where
How far
he
away
was.
were they? Yeah, they drove for a while.
they
didn't
were pretty far
They're
out of
up by
town.
the
I don't know.
nuns
It
at
just
this
seems
point.
like he knows he's fine. It just seems like, or maybe that's just he's going to be fine no matter what happens because that's who he is.
He's
His
not
little salsa
This
walk
whole thing about
backwards, too,
fear,
and-
right? He
Yeah,
doesn't have any
yeah.
fear. So
No, he's just like
when he
he's
shoves
happy he
Leo
helped
out of the
his
car,
buddy.
when Leo's hanging out the door, he's like, "Jump!
I know.
You got to jump
now,
now!"
Right,
now,
right. I
jump
know.
now.
And then he just
What
like
are you
basically
doing?
shoves him
Fine.
out the car.
And again, he's not pissed at anything. He's not like, "God damn it, jump!" No, he's just
Yeah.
like, "All right, fine. Well, now I got to make him."
Yeah.
Again, just smooth. It's really a wonderful understated performance. But yeah,
And
it's
him and
really
Leo
cool.
came up with it.
Oh, did they?
Oh, really?
So Leo was signed on super early to this movie. He was tied to the funding, as Leo typically is. Leo gets paid $25 million per movie, and that's no exception for this movie.
Wow.
That guy gets fucking paid.
Holy cow.
And this movie got greenlit because Leo was attached to it.
Well, right,
PTA was
so-
trying to make this he tried to make it for 20 years, but then he really tried to make it for 7 years. So like he was
wow.
pushing for it for 7 years. So it still took him a long time when he was working on it full force.
Oh wow, I had
Leo
no idea.
finally got free. Leo wanted to work with PTA since Boogie Nights. He was in talks to be the Dirk Diggler character back when PTA was casting
Oh, wow.
Boogie Nights, but Leo took Titanic over it because those movies came out around the same time.
Well, that worked out well for
Leo
him.
expresses like he made the wrong decision, even though
Really?
Titanic was like the biggest
Made
movie
his
ever.
career.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
we lost.
We lost Easy.
He got too excited.
He clicked the wrong button. All right, I'm talking about Titanic. That's what I'm doing.
Whoops.
All right, we're back.
You're back.
What happened there?
Easy's back.
I think
but yeah,
this is like- this-
he loves
yeah.
PTA. He loves his movies. He loves how you feel like you get lost in a world. And in his best ones, absolutely. Like, spoilers, There Will Be Blood is like one of my favorite movies and is going to be at the top of my list. This movie might be up there too. I feel like I need to watch it a few more times because on first viewing, to its credit, it felt mostly like an entertaining ride and almost nothing else, which is fine. But like, I don't know. I usually like to get a little more. And I think David Lynch fucked with my head a little bit, honestly, because
Maybe.
David
I mean,
Lynch
look
just
at-
made me
look
think
at-
about
But
it.
I'm
Look at
looking
the
for the
energy.
symbolism. There's none.
Yeah.
It's a
Maybe,
chase
It
but-
made too much
Look at
sense. That
chasing.
can't be good.
Right.
I followed it. That's a bad movie.
I don't know. I think this one's going to be a classic. I think there's so many memorable things. Just to look at how much excitement we have and talking about all these different things.
And I think this kind of comedy is going to stay funny over repeat viewings because I think it's the characters and like the relatableness and their banter and their comfort with each other and everything.
it is like that's like a Big Lebowski thing. You know, that's like makes those films very fun. This one has far more action and far more of a sense of peril, but still, yeah.
I just think too, like I'm always saying this at the end that I wouldn't recommend it. Like I would recommend this one to people.
Yeah.
You know.
I
anyone
think
could watch
if
this
you like
one.
movies, you should go see it. Some parts you might not like, but you're going to come out
What parts,
overall
John?
enjoy
You said
it.
you didn't like some parts.
Just some
What
of the
parts?
beginning
No,
parts
oh.
I thought were stupid,
Oh.
but that's
No,
just
no,
me.
I
Really?
didn't say I didn't
Like
like-
like
I
the
didn't-
boner part?
Yeah.
The boner part was a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, so one part. So I mean, Johnny Greenwood did the sound. Right?
Loved it. Oh my
Right.
God, Plinky
So you-
piano. Fuck yeah, keep doing it.
I'm going to give away. Did you know that I'm going to give away some trivia here? I don't know if you looked up what he did with his cats to get the.
He
put a
locked them in the
box around his
piano and then
keyboard?
recorded them walking around to the piano strings.
Yes.
Wow.
Did he
That's what
really?
did. Yeah, he had a box and he put a box around the keyboard and then he threw some cat toys in there and he had two of his cats.
Oh, so
walk
not
around.
in the string box, not in the back portion, on the keys.
No, it was a keyboard that he used.
Oh, like a synth.
No,
like
I'm
a-
fucking making this up, but that's exactly what it sounds like, and it was kind of fucking annoying.
Okay.
'cause
Well,
I thought
that
it
was
was so goddamn
You
random.
had me going. I'm like, all right,
I was
well,
gonna
that's
say,
pretty cool. I don't know.
if he did that, they would have had to have sampled it and repeated it because there was too much pattern in the music.
I
know,
did like
but
some of the
I-
dissonance in the guitars, though. That was pretty cool. I was like, that's
I liked a
that's
lot- I
odd,
liked a lot
out
of
of
the soundtrack.
tune, but it works perfectly.
Right.
And so whatever that is, now I get it.
It
It's Johnny
worked,
Greenwood.
but the random piano plinking was starting to get to me.
I'm not sure I want to listen to John anymore. Shit on Johnny Green.
sorry.
I'm not sure we can,
I'm
I
sorry,
can have
but
that.
I
on
will
this
We're not
say
podcast.
this.
friends
This is
anymore
what-
if you don't like Johnny
I'm
Green.
sorry.
You know,
Yeah,
Radiohead's
I
about
love
to tour
Johnny
again,
Green.
John.
I love
Do you want to
Johnny
go?
Green.
You're not going to be allowed to go if you keep
I'm
shitting on Johnny
going.
over here.
I am just saying that the piano part there, it was so random. It was taking me out of the movie. It was calling too much attention to itself because it was so dissonant, and I had to actively work to get back in the movie and watch the action scene. That was the only time. There was a lot of other interesting soundtrack stuff that was.
That
done.
was so you're saying that's the only time.
That was
All
the
of the
time it was-
times in the movies where the piano was playing like
No,
that.
no, the random plinking during the Leo's chasing was just starting to really grate on me because
What's
it
Leo's
was so
chasing?
random and dissonant that it was.
Yeah,
it
which
was
one?
too upfront.
Isn't the entire movie a chase scene basically?
No, well, I'm talking about when he's at the sensei's and they are going in the back room of the grocery store and then he's running across the rooftops. There's like a good 10, 15 minutes there, I think. And I just had to actively work to not be annoyed by that.
I liked
So-
it.
I know, it's fine.
It's because it was chaotic and Leo didn't know what was going on. Everything like there's
I
this
know
whole
it's expressing
that whole
it.
sequence is awesome because we're
Totally
focusing
fine.
on Leo for the most part, but there's so much other shit going on.
I know.
Like there's a riot in the streets. There's the sensei
I
getting
know.
all these like immigrants to escape the hotel. You got
Carry on.
the skateboarders like leading the pack. You got the cops on the
could-
ground. Like it is chaotic.
Maybe it could have just maybe needed to be mixed down a little more or something. It was calling too much.
Maybe your
attention
theater
to itself.
fucked it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's blame the theater.
Possible. I
Blame
can
the
blame
theater.
the theater.
Or get
Yeah.
out.
It's the theater. That's fine. But it felt it was just too. Maybe it was all it was just a little too high in the mix. That's
Maybe
all. And-
you're
and
just
so
old, John, and you have sensitive hearing.
There are many reasons for.
Maybe
this.
you should
I'm
turn your
just-
hearing
I'm
aids
just-
I don't
down.
think
You
I
wear them,
noticed
right?
it that much. So
I'm
inclined to think
just
it was
saying
good.
my reaction.
Yeah,
So-
I thought
so-
I noticed it and I thought it was awesome. I appreciated it because it was dissonant from what was going on, and it gave like an odd feeling that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
as you do,
That's totally
as you are
fine.
known
As I do.
to do.
That's really my only criticism, other than like just initially, I don't know what it'll be when I see this again. I I didn't know where we were going, and I was just sort of confused. Like early on when he's walking with the boner, and I'm like, what? Where are we? What's this film gonna do? Because I don't know if I don't know where we're going. I didn't come here expecting to see this.
I was confused about the relationship too. With
yeah.
I think the only thing I didn't like was the very end, and it had to do with the Perfidia character. In the beginning, her character was confusing because it kind of seemed like she wanted to sleep with the Sean Penn character. It didn't seem like he kind of trapped her, but she also kind of seemed into it.
He reverse raped
Right.
But at the end, I didn't love the last 2 minutes where
that it redeems
Leo,
her. That
where
letter,
redeems her. The letter. I didn't like it because she ratted
She's
on
still a
her
rat.
group,
Yeah.
and she got them killed.
She
she's
gave
a
up
piece
all
shit.
of her people, basically.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit. End of story. There is no coming back. Not with a letter. Not with fucking anything.
That's a fair
And
point.
she's
That's a fair
apparently
point.
not Rihanna. Just so everyone.
Yeah.
To know.
Good.
It's Tayana Taylor.
Whoops. One of my things was she looks a little different. I wonder why. What'd she do to her
Because it's not the
face?
same person.
It's a different person. That would do it. Okay, got it. Oops. Oh man, but yeah, they did redeem her, and I don't know why. I mean, it was just maybe to have that moment between him and her again, like that final resolve for that relationship. Like after that whole scenario, they make
she
up.
is still
and,
and she's still somebody that means something to them both, and so it's like whatever bad person she might be, that she still has an important role in their lives, or had, and I don't know. It still matters to her that she's cares. At least I know, okay, she's a piece of shit, but still, if you didn't know who your mom was, getting a letter that shows that she cares and she regrets things, I think is still meaningful. It doesn't redeem her necessarily either, but it can still be very meaningful. I'm trying hard to,
to explain it away.
But I also
see your
think
point
I
about
also
it.
Johnny
noticed that
Greenwood
one of
comments.
her bits of dialogue was her calling him dad. So there's also that too, where it's like, you're actually my real dad. So we're going to show you this resolve for those two people because apparently he's not the dad. And like, if we had left that scene where it was just Sean Penn, walking away, and then we never saw them sit and have that conversation, it may not feel as good that they're like, okay, no matter what, we still have our relationship because you're my real dad, even though you're not. And now let's talk about mom, because that again brings us back to this family and what really matters to us. And so I thought
thinking about how this movie should have ended, I think that you make a good point that it kind of wraps up nicely. And if they ended it like 10 minutes earlier, it would have been very unsatisfying. But if they just had this scene of Leo and the daughter and her going to Oakland to do this like protest, and then that being the end of their story without the letter, and then cutting to the scene where Sean Penn is getting accepted into the Christmas Adventurers Club, and the last shot being him being cremated after being gassed, and then that being the end, that could have been
heavy hitting.
Something.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a great way for his character to end. I mean, the prosthetics,
it was perfect.
His story by itself is like, it's a wacky.
It's so
great
it is.
story.
And
it is
his
not from the trailer
performance.
what I was expecting his character to
No,
be.
that's true.
The trailer was, I wasn't expecting a full-on comedy from the trailer.
The trailer was misleading,
like,
which is awesome because they don't always do that. And I thought that was great. I thought the movie was going to be stupid when I saw the trailer. I'm going to be honest about it. So
nice.
I'm glad that I didn't think it was too stupid to not want
to not go see it.
Right. Yeah.
Not with these Metacritic scores, dude.
But-
I'm forcing you to go see this shit.
Yeah.
When it's
I
this
mean,
high.
it's nice when they have a trailer that doesn't give away the film. And that was with Weapons, too, I think. And
Well, this one,
Oh, yeah,
as opposed
yeah.
to Weapons, only like showed footage from the very beginning of the movie for the most part. In the trailer for this one, they showed that phone conversation scene outside of that shop in a long, like, though he can't remember the time sort of thing. Like that whole sequence was in the trailer. Really wish that wasn't in the trailer.
that would have been
'cause, like,
more funny. If it
I had a whole idea of that scene from the beginning, but I was still
I didn't
laughing
I
pretty
didn't see the
good.
trailer for this one, so I was lucky. I hadn't.
you were
seen
lucky.
the
I mean,
full
they
trailer.
played
they
almost
play most of that conversation.
that entire scene, like when
Oh,
he's on the
did they?
payphone. But
okay.
that is, it's one of the better parts of the movie.
Yeah, I can see why they're doing. They're just showing. Yeah, that one is so golden.
Yeah. You start
What
screaming.
time is
Fucking
it?
Leo. Like, how awesome is it to be Leonardo DiCaprio? I mean, really.
Seriously.
Jeez.
'Cause after watching Killers of the Flower Moon, I was off the Leo wagon,
yeah,
being like,
yeah.
I don't care about Leo
But now
anymore.
you're
But now
back on.
fully back on.
What do you
Yeah.
do with it? It's all depend on the material and the director too. I mean, gosh,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah.
He just seemed like lazy in The Killers of the Flower Moon. And this one,
I think
he
everybody
full
was
of
lazy
energy.
in that one.
Yeah. But this one, it seemed like everyone was like, you know, it was fully thought out. It was perfectly put together.
Well,
Leo had a lot of. I mean, he ran around
trying
the entire
to make
movie,
this for
right?
decades, so he was there to do this thing. You know, like so he was bringing it because this is what he really wanted to do, which is it may have helped.
So what he does is he has an assistant director that just actually died from thyroid cancer this year. He'd been working with him since There Will Be Blood, so he'd been working with this guy for a while. Gave him a lot of credit in this interview. If you go to YouTube and it's called Film at Lincoln Center, they did like a screening and then everybody was there to do questions and answers afterward. It's about 25 minutes. Worth a watch if you like the movie. But this assistant director, you should probably pull up his name here. John, you want to get on that?
I'll get on it.
You probably name names. The way they film his movies, and specifically this one, is that assistant director goes through the script and figures out what parts of the script are tight to the point where they don't need leeway. Like he goes through and kind of assigns the tools, they call them, and tools meaning like sets, characters, costumes, extras, types of cameras. You got the name here, John?
Yeah, I don't know the hand.
You raised your hand.
Yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, the film is dedicated to him as well. At the end, you see Adam Sumner.
Yeah,
is the assistant.
He sounds like a very important guy to work with PTA. You don't usually hear about assistant directors, and by usually I mean like you never hear about assistant directors from the director. But this guy takes the script, breaks it out, sections them off between like what is fine tuned enough where they're like, we know what we want, we know exactly what we want, we know what we need to shoot it. We need a little extra resources for this scene. For this scene, we don't know what it is. And they tagged it as Chaos TBD. Then the assistant director would be like, okay, we know we need this and this from this scene. There's a chase portion of it between these two things. We don't know how the chase is going to go. So we have this location. We have like all these things. Let's bring, a helicopter. Let's get a truck. Let's get a couple of cameras in the cars. And then they go to set and then they work it out on the location for what they're trying to get. And it gets like everyone's input. Like there's basically the assistant director sets constraints and budget and a timeline, and he brings the tools. So with all that as a playground for the scene, Paul Thomas Anderson and all the actors and everybody on the crew kind of has this a sandbox is what they called it to play with for each scene. And then they work through it for extended periods of time sometimes.
God damn, really? Right. I mean, like off script kind of? I mean, there's just, God, I can't, it's hard to imagine this movie was not like scripted heavily because it flows so freaking well.
Part of the reason, so Leo was cast early and Benicio was cast later. And Benicio came with 1,000 ideas apparently. And what Leo did is he went on a road trip with Benicio, went through all of Benicio's ideas, and they just hung out, drove around, stayed together for weeks and went through all of Benicio's ideas and came back with this idea. So it was Leo and Benicio hanging out, coming up with this character together.
I mean, how cool of a job is that?
Seriously.
So cool. That is
Most
so
actors
awesome.
never get to experience that.
There was so much
that's
pre-production
also
on this
amazing.
movie. It was insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
So much stuff you wouldn't even like. It is completely unnecessary. So like the daughter character, this is her first movie, and her name is Shyla.
I got it.
No, not you got it. There you go, John.
Yeah.
John's on it. He's the.
Well, her name was interesting. Chase Infinity.
Yeah, Chase Infinity. First movie, they found her. One of the reasons this movie didn't get made for such a long period of time is her character. They couldn't find anybody to play her, and they finally got the audition tape from Chase, and it was so good that Paul Thomas Anderson brought her in. Usually, the auditions for most of the other characters would last like 2 to 3 minutes, and Leo would be there, and Regina Hall would be there, and kind of they'd play against them, and they kind of got rejected within 2 to 3 minutes. They had an hour and a half long kind of tryout with Chase, and then they started her on karate lessons. They sent her to chemistry class.
Whoa.
They had her working for 6 months on this movie before PTA casually was just like, yeah, you got the part.
What?
And then continued talking about it. Yeah. She just
Wow.
didn't officially get the part for 6 months working on this movie.
I mean, that might be
That's
like,
insane.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything, but that's.
I mean, is she making money?
I would have to assume she was getting paid.
Oh, okay.
As like a contractor or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was spending like 6 months of her full day
Okay.
time.
All right. If that's
preparing
okay,
for the
if
role.
she's getting paid, everything's fine.
She's getting paid. Yeah, but she didn't know she had the role for 6 months, which is
Wow.
Usually that's how long it takes to make a freaking movie.
Well,
and she's
got a career now. She wants.
Mhm.
I mean,
She was good.
She was good. Yeah, a lot of pre-production time. Sean Penn really liked the opportunity. Like, he hasn't acted in a while. It's been like 15 years. But he saw this character and he really wanted to do it. He thought he said it was a gift to be given a character like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's buff.
Spectacular.
Looking great.
Like he's
Dude,
yeah.
how is he so big? He's so old.
Don't know.
He is 65.
He's been working out. That's for sure.
Uh-huh. He was ridiculous. He was just funny to look at. The way his face looked, like he knew he looked funny with his freaking haircut.
Oh, yeah. Wild.
I love it how you can just give these old white guys haircuts and you're like, oh yeah, that guy's a white supremacist.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was really
haircut.
good. Yeah, the comb
When he took his
over
comb
thing.
out and he put it in his mouth, I was like, what are
They
you
just
doing?
licked
Then he
it. They're
combed
like,
it. I'm
"Oh,
like,
so
hey,
gross."
that's a little cheat right there. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but, you might if you're hard
You best
pressed.
do it before lunch, not after lunch.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What else we got for trivia here? PTA liked it how there was no great heroic moment for Bob. He kind of was just like his journey was trying the whole time and not necessarily succeeding because the daughter like kind of saved herself at the end and Bob was just there to give her a ride home, basically. Right? So, I mean, but the movie's about him like trying to get to her. So his character, it's not like he's not a hero. It really is like his love for her is what the story is. Like his drive to save her and to get to her is the important thing and not the fact that he actually saves her, right?
True.
That's kind of unique too. Because usually in a movie like this, you'd have the person you spend the majority of the movie chasing after her save that person. But that doesn't happen.
Right.
Right? Because if he didn't do anything, everything that happened to her basically would have happened. And she would have just gotten in the car and driven home.
True.
That's fair. Yeah.
Except for maybe his sniper attempt kind of changed things a tad, but he was still going to bring her to that assassin dude. And that assassin dude
Has a conscience.
I don't know why. That was another thing. Why did he was he just tired of being an assassin?
I think
He's
he
like,
just doesn't want
I
to kill
quit.
kids.
He
That
was
was it.
like,
Is that
I
what it
don't do
was?
kids. He said, I don't do kids. And
But then he changed his mind, and then he changed his back.
But no. Well, he's like,
Well,
then
he
they're
didn't want to
just-
do it himself. He didn't mind driving her
Right.
to somewhere else and have them do it.
Well,
but then he
he's
had a
kinda reluctant
conscience
at
when he
that
was sitting
point.
in the car.
Yeah, sitting there like watching her and watching them, and
He's like, I can't
mean,
do this.
He's like, "This is I am killing.
I am
her by
still
doing
killing
this."
her at this point. Right.
Yeah,
yeah, right,
And then he dies, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
yeah. He
Oh,
was the
yeah,
one who
he
was
was
face down, I think.
dead in the
But he
door.
took everyone else out.
Yeah, because she had to fish the car keys out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Great scene, so
Good scene.
tense.
Yep.
Like her acting in that scene was so good about like she just starts far away pointing the gun at the building and then realizing that like nobody's coming so I can like get closer to the building without like this I could see her thought process of being totally freaked out and being like they're going to get me and be like oh wait a minute they don't know I'm here. Okay, I'm going to be quiet and then like creep around. It was great. Just yeah. So many moments like that are just like unexpected small moments that lead to like realistic depth in these characters.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio said yes the fastest he's ever said yes to this movie because of PTA and he's been wanting to work with him forever. Any guess on? I don't know if don't
He's
answer
like,
if you
yes,
look this up.
but $25 million, right?
Yeah, still 25 million, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
If I don't get 25 million, my 18-year-old model girlfriend will leave me.
will
She's
probably
actually
leave.
27 now.
Right.
Yeah, I saw a Reddit thing where he's like, Leonardo upgraded his rule of dating 25-year-old girls and younger because he's now dating a 27-year-old supermodel. So good for him.
So he's like 25 to 30 now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Every decade
Yeah,
he
better
goes up,
range.
he moves up along with him.
Bumps a year.
Yeah,
Every
right.
decade is 1 year older for
There you go.
the young women. Yeah.
Hey, good for him, man. $25 million a pop. Fucking goes in and kills it.
They're of
Stud.
age. He's rich as fuck. He's
a
not
stud.
married. He's not cheating on
Right.
anyone. Who fucking cares?
I don't give a shit. Well, we know.
This is what he wanted. This is what he gets. That's fine.
Right.
And it's not like these actors get paid way too much money, but the guy is fucking talented and he's so entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of his. I mean, I don't know, John. As a on and off Leo hater, this is one of his best ones.
I think it's just the Scorsese films. Like I really like I even really liked him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You like Blood Diamonds?
Yeah.
Did you like What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I haven't seen it.
That
for
was a
while.
great one. What's
When
Eating
I saw
Gilbert
it,
Grape?
yeah, I haven't seen it.
Did you watch
But
Romeo and
I
Juliet?
I really thought he was spectacular in this
Claire
one.
Danes, Leo
what's that?
DiCaprio, Romeo and Juliet, 1990s. They had guns.
No,
Instead of swords?
No.
Titanic. What else? Did we talk about the budget? I think we did, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Guesses on how much money this movie cost to make.
I saw
90,
the
something like
greenlit value, so I'm cheating.
It's
I
more
saw
than
what
the
it was
greenlit value.
for.
This movie was greenlit for $130 million.
Holy fuck.
Yes,
It ballooned to
200.
$175 million.
Because they have to pay people like DiCaprio.
They got DiCaprio's $25 million, so that's a huge portion of it. Right
Benicio's
there.
probably not too
also-
too light.
They filmed it on film. It was
Right.
VistaVision. It was like an old, like ancient retired film format they had to
course.
resurrect. So like custom printing for themselves, which has to have a pretty high premium, I would imagine.
I would imagine.
They're shooting over 7 months in so many locations across California. I mean, it looked freaking fantastic. We didn't even talk about like some of the action set pieces, right? Like the way it looks, the cinematography. It's I saw this at 70 millimeter at the Grand Lake Theater here in Oakland. They projected on 70 millimeter
Oh,
film.
wow.
It looks great. It looks different. Once you're used to like watching digital films, there's like a movement and a graininess and a warmth to film
Yep.
that just makes it better. I don't know if it's just a preference that I have, but I don't know. It seems more like you're watching us. It's easier to like get lost in the story when you're watching it through those things, as opposed to like the digital thing still seems like too clean or something to my brain.
Like you're watching football instead of a movie.
Right.
Where it's
Yeah.
hard to get like lost in the atmosphere of it because it's so,
Right.
so crisp.
The lines are too sharp. The lighting is too much contrast. Like it doesn't look real, right? There's no like it seems processed already. Like digital video already seems processed.
Smash cut to 20 years from now, you'll be sitting with your kid being like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand, okay? There's a warmth to it. There's a feeling of it. And they're like, Dad, shut up. You know?
It's like, it is annoying, but I think it's true. I'm not lying to be an ass.
Yeah.
I think it's real to me.
Right.
It's still
I
real
agree.
to me.
I
Damn
agree.
it.
I agree with you.
How did you guys see it? Do you know how they projected it?
IMAX laser, I think, unfortunately.
I like the IMAX laser. It's
I
usually
don't
pretty
think
good.
I just had regular old movie.
Just a VHS tape in some guy's basement.
Yeah. Some guy cranking a crank up there.
Crank faster. This movie's 3 hours
Yeah, no,
long.
it's too slow now.
That's right.
Stop cranking, I have to pee. Just you in the front.
Yeah.
One guy with the crank in the back. It's a sad story. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's second Thomas Pynchon. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Second
Pynchon.
adaptation.
His books are great. Have you guys read his stuff? Like,
I'm going to read this one after this.
Well, the book is. I've read most of it. I started to read it for the film, and I really like it. But it's not. There's very little in the film that is in Vineland. The book is still fun.
The book is like an epic with multiple characters, right? It sounded like they took one storyline in that book and made.
Yeah,
a movie
but
about it.
even that storyline, basically, it's you have a former revolutionary who has a daughter, and some of that relationship was there. But the bad guy is completely different. There's no secret. There's no Santa Claus.
And you were surprised that they were improvising on set, John. Come on.
Yeah, right. I know. No, but it really, there really is just. I think maybe he was just trying to capture the tone of the film, and I think I saw some quote somewhere where he was saying, he just really liked the relationship between the father and daughter, and wanted to kind of capture that. That he loves the book, but that he had no way of really making the book because the book is just sprawling sort of thing. So,
I mean, that sounds like a good read.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's just. There's a great humor to it that I've liked so far, so I've been enjoying it.
Nice. So the humor exists in the book.
Yeah, there's a style of like everything's crazy and wild stuff is happening. Like at the beginning, the character that Leo's playing, he jumps through windows every year so he can continue to get qualified for mental health disability. So it becomes like it's like an annual thing, and he invites the press, and so that's kind of kick off the book that he's like about to jump through the window, but he got it wrong. It's sort of gotten out of hand. Anyway,
that sounds great.
That's your beginning right there, sort of.
And that's the Bob character.
Yeah. His name is not Bob in the book, but yeah, something else. But
You sold me.
yeah,
I'm going to buy the hopefully the
or
audiobook.
just try
reader.
the sample. Yeah, or just check out the sample first too. It's a long. Pynchon is just he's great, but he just flows. You're gonna like move backwards between characters and forwards, and you're just gonna go along for the ride while you're reading. And if you don't pay attention while you read, you can kind of go for a couple of pages.
Oh, that's
and be
tough.
Like,
Sometimes I like to
what
not
now?
pay attention when I read. I don't know what
I
that is,
know.
but sometimes I just like to
know.
float through a book.
Right, I know it can happen. Right, this one he just kind of moves.
That's good to know that you kind of have to have a little bit of energy to read it. Because I am one of those readers that'll read like 2 pages and be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So they have to go
Who
back
am
and
I?
read the same
Where
2
am I?
pages
Right,
again.
I know.
And I do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
3 times in a row
Yeah.
to the same fucking pages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I should just stop reading this book.
I think when you
You're
don't
like-
read a lot, that happens more.
Yeah,
It's like a muscle, right? You like get.
Well, it depends on the way that people write it too. Like I basically space out my books with like easy to read books. Like Stephen King I read almost all of his books because I read like a difficult book and I'm like, that was tiring. And then I read a Stephen King book and I'm like, this is easy as shit. He writes for 5th graders. I love it.
Well, but he just writes very smoothly, but it's not necessarily dumb or anything.
No, it's just really
Stephen
easy to
King just
read.
really he's good at keeping you focused and keeping things moving along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It is more relaxing, but I do like this other stuff too. So I think I'm
Yeah.
in the mood for this. Nice. Great. All right. Top 250, guys.
Yes,
Oh yes, certainly.
Yes. Movie of the year
probably.
This and Sinners. I don't know.
and Weapons.
And Weapons.
I think
Yeah,
it's
you're
better
right,
than
you're
both
right,
of
yeah, yeah.
those.
I mean, as far as the Academy is concerned, those other 2 are horror movies. This one is probably the front
That's
runner
right.
for best.
That's
That's
true.
right. This is more of a real
Plus, they got a
Oscar film
$25
kind of
million
thing.
guy in it. You know.
And they got Leo.
And Leo
They've
is
got-
like the king of the Academy, basically.
Yeah, well,
so-
but
he fits
they
the
got-
Christmas profile. You know.
I mean, yeah, well, not just Leo, but Benicio and Sean Penn. And
man.
I mean, you know,
PTA.
yeah.
Has PTA
I mean, holy
ever
cow.
won a
But-
Best
but-
Director? I don't think he
I don't know.
has.
don't know.
Fucking deserves it.
Has he not? But I don't know. Yeah,
PTA is
Sinners
a director where we
gonna
might
be-
want to do a deep dive.
Yeah.
Boogie
I would
Nights,
be
Magnolia
okay with that.
Yeah.
are fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's
I'm
good.
down with that.
Nice.
Magnolia
Boogie
was
Nights.
awesome.
We might need a 2-parter for Boogie Nights. That one's a long
That's a
film.
long
I
one.
think.
We can skip Phantom Thread entirely.
Okay.
Right. Well, there's Inherent Vice is another Pynchon book.
We can skip
he
that one
did.
too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I so
Have you seen that one, John?
I think I tried to watch it at one point and just sort of
I saw it in theaters and it was like a little less than fine. I didn't hate it, but like it wasn't that good.
Didn't love it.
yeah
love it.
maybe after October we go PTA.
It sounds
Um,
good.
Speaking about October,
Right,
we're in
I'm-
October, so
We're in
what are we
October.
watching next?
Halloween month
Yeah.
is gonna bleed in
Here we go.
November. Speaking of bleeding, it's October. Halloween month.
Hey!
And speaking of October, it's blood. And never mind, I'm gonna go around in circles. This week we're gonna watch Barbarian.
Sorry, I get obsessed sometimes.
Barbarian.
Wait, first, we're gonna. So the theme this year is horror movies by directors that have directed horror movies of. I'm not saying this
Well,
right. Directors
you-
we've
okay.
seen before
Start over.
that have directed horror movies. This first one is a director that.
Wait
has
a minute,
only
wait a minute.
directed two
I didn't
Start
even
from the
get
top.
Let
Start
me
from the
try.
top.
Start from the
Okay,
top.
hold
Let me
on.
try.
Here we
Here we
go. Here we go.
Let me breathe.
Okay.
This year's theme is horror movies by directors that we have seen some of their other movies, whether they're horror movies or not.
Horror movies by non-horror movie directors.
For
or
the
at
most
least-
part. For
the
three
most
of them, yes. For one of them, no. For this
Okay.
first
All
one,
right.
we're doing Zach Krager's movie, his first movie, Barbarian. He did
Yeah.
Weapons this year. So he has only
So
directed horror
right
movies.
off the bat, not fitting the
Yeah.
theme.
But the other ones, you guys don't know what they are. And
Okay.
we've seen their other movies, and the other movies are not horror movies, but these ones are.
Okay.
So,
I'm
That's fine.
excited.
I'm excited to see Barbarian too.
Yeah,
So
I'm
yes,
excited for that.
Barbarian.
Right. All right.
Yeah. All
Hi,
right.
guys.
That's it.
Hey.
Happy Halloween. Happy October.
Happy Halloween month, and we will continue
Yes.
to hopefully not scare you away from the podcast.
no, and thank you for listening out there.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Go to the website, like and subscribe, do whatever you want. Tell your friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Send us
Friends.
cash.
That's right. Send
Good
us
things.
cash. Yeah, maybe that first.
Do you know how expensive
Before you tell your
milk
friends,
is?
send us cash because
Yeah,
you know
the
we're bleeding.
website has been converted to just our Venmo tag. Just go to the website, look at the Venmo
You didn't
tag.
say what the
There's a
website
QR code.
is?
You can find our
www.hashtag
podcast episodes on
250.
Spotify where everyone else listens to them, and you can just give us money on our website.
Yes, thank you very much. My home address, if you want to send fruit baskets, acceptable. Cash is preferred. Thank you very much.
All right, boys.
All right.
Talk to you
Talk to you
later.
next week.
Bye.